yoga mat out. I have a block and a strap. If you like to play music in the background, feel free to get your music set up and going right now. We are going to start by sitting on the block right here. We want to sit up tall. Feel both of your sitting bones coming down into the mat or the block. Shoulders back and down. Eyes are closed, or the gaze is off your cheekbones. We start bringing attention to our breath. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale, nose or mouth. Feel the inhale, diaphragm, ribs, chest. Feel the exhale, breath releases all the way to the bottom of the belly. Feel your full inhale. Feel your full exhale. At the end of your next breath, we meet hands, heart center. Eyes can open. Here's your inhale. Reach up. Hands, heart center. Exhale. 2 more times. Reach up. Inhale. Hands, heart center. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, reach up. Hands, heart center. Bring your hands to your lap. Seated cow cat. Lift your chest to the ceiling. Drop your chin to your chest. Round through your spine. Exhale. Feel the inhale. Lift, open. Feel your exhale. Round through your spine. Take 1 more. Inhale as you lift. Move through your spine. Feel the exhale. Sit up tall. Sweep your right arm up, side stretch here. Take the stretch off to the side. Relax the right arm, sweep the left arm up. Side stretch here. 1 more time each side. Right arm sweeps up. Now your left arm sweeps up. Reach both your arms up here. Clasp your hands. Flip your palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen in your waistline. Add a side bend to the right. Center. Side bend to the left. Center. Little twist to the right. Center. Twist left. Return to center. Let your arms come down. Add a big shoulder roll. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Walk your right fingertips away from you. Drop the left ear to your shoulder. Little neck stretch. Lift your head. Relax right arm. Walk the left fingertips away. Drop right ear, right shoulder. Lift your head, take your hands to your thighs, body circles here. Think upper body, little circles, up and around, big or small, whatever feels good. Think length. Keep reaching through the top of your head. We switch directions. Take this in the opposite direction. Finish this one. We take windshield wiper legs here. I'm going to set my block off to the side, bring your feet out in front, and take little windshield wipers side to side, getting some movement in your hips. Start small, maybe you make it a little larger. Once you finish this, we meet on our hands and knees and start with your cow cat. Bring yourself through. Wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Take your cow cat where it feels comfortable for you. One more time, cow cat. Child's pose, press your hips back, fingertips walk out towards the front, giving yourself a stretch, and make your child's pose wherever it feels good for you. Walk your hands off to one side, lengthening the side of your body one more time. Fingertips walk to the front, off to the other side. Bring yourself back to center. Return to all fours here. We're gonna thread the needle, take one arm out to the side, thread the arm under. There's your shoulder stretch. Top arm can reach to the top of the mat. Inner thigh stretch, slide the leg off to the side. That is optional. Bring yourself back to your hands and knees. We take it to the other side. Arm reaches out, thread the needle under. Once you have that, top hand can reach out if you like. Leg can reach out to the side, low inner thigh stretch. Start bringing yourself back to all fours. We take one leg behind. Press through the heel, give yourself a stretch through the back of the leg. Try to keep your hips level to the mat. We're taking this into a side stretch. I'm going to have you bring yourself off to the side. So I kept the same knee down. I kept the leg straight. And here is that long stretch off to the side. We're going to bring this top arm up. Bring yourself all the way up right here. We're going to stretch in the opposite direction. You're going to bring yourself up, reach over. Bring yourself back to the side. Top arm can go up. Little side plank. Lift the leg. Little pause right here. Squeeze the glutes. Bring in the core. Relax down into all fours. We switch to the other side. Opposite leg goes back. Press through the heel. Start with a stretch for the back of the leg. Bring yourself back to center. Here comes the side stretch. You're keeping the top leg down. You're reaching the arm up and over. There's the stretch to one side. Fingertips reach to the ceiling. Bring yourself up. We stretch to the other side. Side plank. You bring your hand back down to the mat. Fingertips, leg go up. Little modified side plank. Hold it here. Return to all fours. Cow cat once you get there. Drop the belly. Round through the spine. One more time, drop the belly. Round through the spine. We are getting ready for our first downward dog. Ground your hands down. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Downward dog. Now remember, you can always keep all fours if that feels better. With our first downward dog, bend both your knees. Press your hips back. Lengthen through your spine. Now straighten your legs, come up to your toes, lift your tailbone, lift your heels, that's your toes, hips go back, heels come down, and if you like to walk your dog right here. You would alternate pressing one heel down and then the other. Hold your downward dog. Slide forward, plank pose. Hold your plank. Knees come down. Sphinx pose right here. Bring yourself down to your forearms. Take your stretch here in your Sphinx. Gently release down. Here comes Cobra. Hands are by your rib cage. Shoulders roll back. It could be a small Cobra. You could choose to come up higher. Wherever you go, add a little look to one direction. Look in the other direction. Start lowering yourself down carefully here. Fingertips reach to your toes. We're taking the upper body lift, starting locust. Feet come up. Hold your locust. Think length. Reach your toes and the top of the head away from each other. Hold your pose. Cobra, hands are by your rib cage, shoulders back. Press, legs come down, lift wherever your Cobra feels good. And we look to one side. We look to the other side. Gently release down here. Bring yourself to all fours. We're on our hands and knees. Low lunge. We're adding some stretches here. Take your one foot towards the front. Toes can be tucked in the back or flat. Fingertips reach up. There's your lengthening. Squeeze the back glute. Get a nice stretch for your quad, your hip. Add a twist towards your knee. Arms can come down. Gentle twist. Fingertips reach up. Arms come down. We switch sides. Here's the other side. Foot goes towards the front. Center yourself. Fingertips reach up. Squeeze the back glute. Lengthen your waistline. Twist towards your knee. Fingertips reach up. Hands come towards your mat. We meet in our downward dog. Remember, you could also take all fours. Once you're in your downward dog or all fours, connect with your breath. You breathe into your diaphragm, your ribs, your chest. Full exhale. Soften your knees. Step or walk to the top of your mat. Heels under hips, ragdoll. Knees are going to stay soft. Reach towards your elbows, soften the neck. Little side to side here. Gently roll up one vertebra at a time. Support yourself on your thighs if you like. There's your full roll up. Shoulders back and down. Arms reach up right here. Clasp your hands. Flip your palms towards the ceiling. There's side stretch to one side. Side stretch to the other. Center. Lift your chest towards the ceiling. Dive forward. Here comes your forward fold. Feel free to bend your knees. Let your ribs relax against your thighs. Soften your neck, your shoulders. Halfway lift. Hands come into your shins. Lengthen through your spine. Forward fold. Reach all the way up to standing. Hands, heart center. It's our half sun salutation. Take a reach up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Reach all the way up. Hands, heart center. I'm adding on this time with a lunge. If you want to have your block, make sure you have your block nearby. Here comes the inhale, reach up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Left foot steps back. This is where I use my lunge. We're taking it into a lunge. I'm keeping my knee up. Feel free to set the knee down. I also am taking my hand on the block. I like to be a little higher. Once you're here, strengthen the back leg. Reach through the top of your head. Add your twist towards your knee. Fingertips reach up if it feels okay for you. Remember to keep your steady breath. Relax your arm down. We come to the top of the mat. Soften the back knee. Let your weight shift back. Push off the back leg. Here's your halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach all the way up. Hands, heart center. Here comes the other side. Reach up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift. Right foot steps back. Lunge, back knee up as long as it works for you. Ground your front hand into your block or your mat. Strengthen the back leg. Start adding a twist. Arm goes up if you choose. Steady breath. Relax the arm down. Soften the back knee. Let the weight shift back so you can push off the back foot. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach all the way up to standing. Hands, heart center. We're taking this into a chair pose. From chair pose, we're going into tree pose. So find the spot that you like to practice your tree pose. We'll start with our hands at heart center. Chair pose. You're letting your hips come down where it feels good for you. Hold your chair pose. Start shifting the weight onto your right leg. We stand tall, tree pose. Now you have your options. It could be kickstand. You could choose to take it shin. If you like to come high, you can always go high. Arms can open. Find a focal spot out in front. Relax your arms. Relax your legs. Take an inhale, reach all the way up. Hands heart center, chair pose, hips slide down. Hold your chair. Start shifting your weight to the left leg. Tree pose when you get up. Again, you're choosing the version that fits you today. Once you have your legs, arms can open. Arms relax, foot goes down. We repeat this one more time. Reach up, inhale. Hands heart center. Chair pose. Hips slide back, strong legs. Ground into the right foot. Start bringing yourself up. Tree pose, wherever that works for you. Arms can open when you're ready. Steady breath. Arms relax. Foot goes down. One more time. We have the other side. Take your inhale, reach up. Hands heart center. Chair pose, slide down. Shift your weight to your left leg. Bring yourself up. Here's your tree pose. Once you have your feet, arms can open. Arms relax down, feet can relax. Meet at the top of your mat. We'll go through a half vinyasa here. Big inhale, reach up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach all the way up. Hands, heart center. Warrior one, right foot stays to the front, left foot steps back. So this foot is angled out. Adjust where it feels okay for your back. Fingertips reach up as you hold your pose here. Soften the shoulders. Connect with your breath. Take your inhale, sweep your arms behind as you exhale. Lift your chest, inhale, humble warrior, exhale. We take our lean forward wherever that is for you. With an inhale, warrior one, bring your arms back up. Hands, heart center. Step to the top of your mat, warrior one. Left foot to the front, right foot steps back. Fingertips are up once you have your feet. Again, soft shoulders. As you exhale, let the shoulders slide down your back. Take your inhale, hands clasped behind as you exhale. Chest lifts to the ceiling, inhale. Humble warrior, exhale. Warrior one, sweep your arms up. Hands come to heart center. Step to the top of your mat. Take a big inhale, reach up. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold. Reach all the way up. Hands, heart center. High lunge. We step the left foot back. We're on the ball of the foot here. So a little bit of balance as you check it out. Hold it here. Once you have your legs, fingertips can reach up. Hinge forward. Keep the legs, add some reaching. Lots of core right here as you lengthen towards the front. Bring your hands to your heart center. Add a twist if it's okay for your spine. There's your twist off to one side. As you inhale, reach up. Return to your high lunge. Connect with your breath. Warrior two, we open the back foot up. So adjust your feet where you're set up for your warrior two. That is a bend in the front leg, hips to the front. Soften the shoulders. Gaze is over your front fingertips. Hold your pose. Reverse your warrior. Flip your front hand. Reach back. There's length. Strong front leg here. Take your inhale. Triangle pose to the front right here. Front leg goes straight. Slide. Touch the wall. You might be high, you might be low. It's wherever the body feels comfortable. So make adjustments. If it bothers your low back, you need to come up, engage the core. Warrior two, bring yourself up. Add the bend in the front leg. Settle back into your pose. Connect with your breath. Hands come to your hips. Straighten the front leg. Both your toes face the front. Forward fold right here. Give yourself a hinge. Feel free to use your block. Hands are coming down. Adjust where it feels good. Give yourself a little break in a forward fold. Bring yourself halfway up. Take a breath. Soften the knees. Hands come to your hips. Bring yourself all the way up. Step to the top of your mat. Hands, heart center. High lunge. Right leg steps back. Left foot stays to the front. Fingertips reach up once you have your pose. Hinge to the front. There is the little lean, takes a little more strength, more core. Hands come to your heart center. Twist if you choose. Think length right here. Heel presses away from you. Top of the head touches the wall. High lunge, bring yourself back up to the center. Reconnect with your breath. Find your balance. Warrior two. Open up the back foot. Fingertips reach. Adjust the back foot, front foot, whatever you need. Settle into your warrior two. Shoulders relax. Gaze is over your front fingertips. Reverse your warrior. Flip your front hand. Reach back. Triangle pose. You strain your arms, strain your front leg, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. So before you go down, make sure you have a lot of length. And there comes your triangle. Again, make any adjustments you need. We should not feel discomfort or pain in this. If you feel pinching, adjust the pose. Gaze. You could look down towards your big toe. You could look straight ahead. You could look up towards your thumb. It just depends what works for you. Warrior two. Lift up. Settle into your warrior two. Hands come to your hips. Straighten the front leg. Toes point straight ahead. It is your forward fold. This time hands are coming behind your back. Clasp your hands, then hinge. Release your hands to your hips. Slowly bring yourself up. With an inhale, take your time. Big step to the top of your mat. Hands, heart center here. Take a big inhale, reach up. Forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach all the way up. Hands, heart center. High lunge. Right foot stays to the front. Left foot steps back. Come into your high lunge. Twist high. Let your fingertips reach side to side as you take your twist here. Fingertips reach up. Warrior two. Open up into your warrior two. Adjust your feet. Get into a solid base. Reverse your warrior. Reach back. There is your legs. Extended side angle, hand, forearm, arm is going to reach. There is your extended side angle. We are going to flow with our breath. As you inhale, reverse your warrior, reach back, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, wherever it feels good. Reverse your warrior, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale. One more time. Reverse your warrior. Extended side angle. Warrior two, bring yourself up. There's your hold. Arms to your hips. You can straighten your front leg. Goddess pose here. Toes are going to the corners of your mat. Sink it down into your goddess pose. We can keep our hands to our hips. Hold your pose. Think engage through your core. Bring your arms to the side. Side lunge, side to side. Take a little off to one side, off to the other side. We slide to one side. We slide to the other. One more time, each side. Hands to your hips. Toes go forward. Forward fold. Right here, hands can come to your mat. You could also keep them on your hips. You could reach towards your big toes. Wherever you like to take your forward fold this time. With an inhale, bring yourself up. Make sure you have softness in your knees. Stand all the way up. Take a big step to the top of your mat. We repeat this on the other side. High lunge first. Left foot to the front. Right foot steps back. Fingertips reach up. Twist, reaching side to side here. Fingertips reach up. Warrior two. Open the back leg. Adjust your feet. Settle into your warrior two here. Reverse your warrior. Lengthen. Extended side angle. Forearm, hand to your thigh. Here comes a movement with our breath. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Extended side angle. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Extended side angle. Exhale. One more time each. Reverse. Extended side angle. Meet in warrior two. Bring yourself up. There is your warrior. Hands are to your hips. Straighten the front leg. Goddess pose first. That's toes to the corners of the mat. This time hands are coming behind your head. Bend the knees, slide down. There's goddess. Little twist to the right. Center. Twist to the left. Center. Crunch right. Little crunch here, not too big. Center. Crunch left. Center. Release your hands, clasp your hands behind your back. Legs go straight, toes go forward, forward fold. Bring it down, give yourself a stretch. Release your arms, soften the knees, bring yourself all the way up to standing. Take a big step to the top of your mat, hands heart center. Full inhale, we reach up, little half sun salutation, forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold. Reach all the way up to standing. Hands, heart center. We're coming into a chair pose. With our chair pose, we're taking a figure four, which means we're adding some balance. So right here is your chair pose. Now you can always keep it a little higher, wherever it works for you. The balance part, you're going to lift the left leg. It's a figure four here. Stand up tall, release that side. Here comes the other side. Chair pose goes down. Ground into the left foot. Here comes figure four on the other side. Release this side, bring it up. Now we're taking this into our eagle pose. You can always keep figure four if that feels better. Chair pose first. Now if you want to use a block for your toes, feel free to do that. We're going to open our arms and give ourselves a hug, or you can take eagle arms. Once you have that, maybe you're in a figure four. Maybe you take a cross. With an inhale, take a big reach up, lengthen. We have the other side to go. Hands heart center, start with your chair. Here comes your hug. See if I remember which side I did. Here comes eagle. Or you can always take figure four if that works better. One more breath. With your inhale, reach all the way up, get the length. Take a forward fold, let it all relax. Soften. Reach all the way up as you inhale. Hands are coming to your heart center. We are meeting at the top of the mat. We will start taking it down to the floor here. With an inhale, reach up. Forward fold is your exhale. Halfway lift. Hands come to your mat. Walk your feet back into your plank pose. Knees come to the mat. Lower yourself all the way down. Let your fingertips reach to the front. Ground the top of your feet down. We're going to start by lifting the upper body. Lower body comes up. Unless it bothers your low back, keep the legs down. Hold the pose. Sweep the hands back by your thighs. Full locust here. Cobra. Bring yourself up wherever is comfortable for you. Release down. We're coming into kneeling. I don't want you to stretch out. We're doing camel pose next. You're going to come up on your knees. You can tuck your toes under or have them flat. Hands come to your back. I have my fingertips up, but if that bothers your wrist, take them in a different direction. Camel pose. You would lift your chest to the ceiling. Now press your hips forward, engage through your quads, and then you start looking back. Now think lift up and forward, totally different than collapsing down. Take a breath. With an inhale, slowly bring yourself all the way up. We're taking a downward dog. That's how we're going to straighten out the spine. Hands ground down, tuck your toes, press your hips back. Gentle release for your back after doing that. Knees are coming down to the mat. We're going to kneel one more time. You're going to tuck your toes this time. Take your hands to your heels. This is our rabbit pose. We're taking the top of our head towards the floor. So you're kneeling, you have your toes tucked, top of the head goes down, lift the hips, and give yourself a big stretch through the backside. Relax down here. One more time, it's your downward dog. Hands come to the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Give yourself a stretch. Our next pose is going to be Malasana. If you like to use your block, so that's goddess squat, or it's a squat, low squat here, Hindu squat. To get there, we're going to walk our feet to the outside of our hands. So you're coming into this walking, bringing your feet outside your hands. Now you might stay high. Block would come underneath your hips. If you can lower your hips to the block, you would do that. If it's not meant for you, you're going to skip that. You can always take butterfly or bound angle. I have my hands between my thighs. I'm using that to open up and hold the pose just a little bit so you get a nice big opening. Great move for our pelvis. Take one more breath and gently relax. You can take this block out from underneath your hips if you're using your blocks. You can take your legs out in front of you. Here's a big reach up inhale. Forward fold, reach towards your toes, exhale. Doesn't mean you have to touch your toes. You can always take your hands to your shins. We're giving ourselves a little stretch. Start bringing yourself up. We're taking our boat pose here. You can bring your feet in. Now I'm going to show it in versions. You can take feet down, hands behind your thighs. Here's your boat pose. You can keep your feet down. Let your fingertips reach. You could lift one leg, both legs. Maybe you hold behind, maybe you reach. If at any time you feel it in your low back, change it. This is for your core. We want to soften in our neck and our shoulders. Take one more breath. Feet come down. Bottoms of the feet together, a little stretch. We are doing this one more time as you take a little break in between. You would bring yourself back up. Knees come up. You're picking the version that works for you. Feet down. Feet up. Arms up is an option. And again, think softness in the chest, the shoulders, the face. Relax your arms, bottoms of the feet together. Here comes your butterfly, bound angle. little lean forward. Bring yourself up. Knees can come up. Now we're going to do our reverse tabletop. You could do reverse plank if you practice reverse plank. Hands are coming behind your hips. Shoulder issues, you are going to stay right here. There, this is your move. This is your pose. You stay here. If your shoulders feel okay, we would start lifting our hips. There's the lift. Now, if you practice reverse plank, your legs can be out straight. Check in with your breath and think hips go up, hips go up. And then gently release down. Take your forward fold right here. Wherever that is. Maybe you reach towards your toes. Maybe you don't. And bring yourself back up. We're going to do some stretching in our seated position. I'm going to face you. Have your strap ready. Our first pose is bringing our left foot into our thigh. If it bothers your hip or knee on the bent side, you use a block. Because we have the strap, you can take the strap around the bottom of the foot and start adding your lean forward here. Now it's great having this strap. It gives you a chance. Toes are towards the ceiling and level the foot out. So if your foot likes to swivel, think centered. Now we think length, so we don't really care how low we go. What I want you to focus on is the stretch hamstring of the extended leg. Bring yourself up, and we switch sides. I'm going to take my opposite foot in the strap, bring the other leg in, and again, each side is different. One side might like to use a block, one side might not. Here comes, sit up tall, add the lean forward. This strap is great. Level out your foot, have your toes towards the ceiling. With your breath, you would inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. When you exhale, you soften just a little bit more into the fold. We work with our breath in our poses. With an inhale, bring yourself up. You can take your strap, set it to the side. Right leg is going out straight. Left leg is going to come in. Now I'm going to take mine a little bit further, a little bit wider. This front leg, we want it active, toes towards the ceiling. Reach, so your left knee is bent, left arm goes up. Lean forward inside the knee. Take this left hand and take it around the knee. If you can reach your hands, you're going to reach your hands. There's your forward fold in a little different position. With an inhale, bring yourself up. Take this foot over your thigh. We're going to go right into our next version. This is what we usually do. Hand is on the mat behind your hip. Sit up really tall. Add your twist. If you want to go deeper, tricep comes to the outside. You sit a little taller, twist a little deeper. Bring yourself to the front. Relax that way. Bring the other leg in. First, we start by taking the foot out a little wider. So you're taking it towards the outside of your hip. Right arm is going to shoot up tall. As you're leaning forward, we're getting length. You have to get really long. Bring your arm around. Maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. And there is your fold. Start bringing yourself up. Here it comes. Foot comes to the outside. Hug the leg in. Hand is on the mat behind. Now, today I'm taking this left hand to the outside, but that is an option. We don't do this all the time. We usually keep hugging the knee. This is a little bigger. Release it to the front, right here, wide angle. Take your feet out wide. Toes are still towards the ceiling, knees towards the ceiling. Add your walk forward. If it works for you, you can start reaching towards your big toes. That is an option. You don't have to take it. It's just a version. With an inhale, start bringing yourself all the way up. You can bring your legs in. We're going down to the floor. We're going to do our bridge pose. We're going to stretch with our strap. Bridge, if you choose today, if you want it more restorative, use your block underneath your hips. I'll show both versions. Bringing yourself down to the floor. First pose will be our bridge pose. Like I said, I'm going to show it more restorative. Restful is taking the block underneath your hips and letting your hips rest on the block. That's a great option. You're getting the benefits of the move. You can still get a nice stretch through your hips, your quads. If you like to press into your feet, lift up, feel free to do that version as well. We're going to hang out here for a while, holding the pose. Feel this stretch. If it bothers your low back, make sure you shoot your tailbone. Remember to breathe. We are starting to bring our hips down to the floor. If you have the block, you're going to slide the block out from under your hips. Bring the hips down. Windshield wiper legs first. Feet about the width of your mat. Then add your side to side. Bring your knees in to your chest. Give yourself a hug. There's a little release for your back. Circles on your low back if it feels good. Sometimes those little circles feel really nice on your low back. One direction, take it in the other direction. Keep hugging one knee in, take the other leg out. So there's a stretch for your hips. Great stretch, hip opener here. This is where I'm going to use the strap. If you have a strap handy, I'm taking it around the bottom of my foot. We do this by holding on behind our thigh often. Today, I'm using the strap to add a little different variation. Use a strap, level the foot towards the ceiling. Now, I have my back leg straight. I often like to bend the back leg, and it gives me a different kind of stretch. It moves where the stretch is in your hamstring. So one version might feel better, like straight down is one place, little bend changes the stretch just enough so you get in a different area of your hamstring. Take both your straps in the outside hand. We're opening the leg to the outside. You are going to do the best you can to keep your hips level, meaning hip bones stay up towards the ceiling. inner thigh stretch here. Let the toes come towards the forehead and gently slide the leg forward towards the top wall. Little deeper stretch for the inner thigh here. Bring the leg up to the ceiling, switch the hand, holding the strap, leg goes across. So now it's your outer hip, outer thigh. Bring yourself back to center. Both the knees come back into your chest. Reset here, circles on your low back. Hug the opposite knee in. The other leg goes out. Stay here. Enjoy this stretch first. Start taking the strap around the bottom of the foot. Hamstring stretch. And then we can use a strap, level out the bottom of the foot. And again, maybe this bottom leg stays straight, but when you bend it, you'll notice it changes the stretch in the hamstring. You might find you can get different areas of your hamstring with the leg bent versus straight. Clasp this strap in your outside hand. Open the leg to the outside. Here's your inner thigh stretch. Hips are going to stay level, right up towards the ceiling. You're going to have to work a little harder to keep the back leg hip down. Toes come towards your forehead. Little extra reach towards your forehead with the leg. Leg returns back up to the ceiling. Switch the hand holding the strap. Take the leg across your midline. Bring the leg back to center. Set the strap off to the side. Knees are into your chest right here. Bottoms of the feet go to the floor. Figure 4, ankle over your knee. You could stay here, enjoy the stretch. Otherwise, it comes up. There is outer hip, glute stretch. Now, relax your shoulders down. Relax your hips down. If you like to lift your tailbone up, see if you can relax your tailbone into the mat. And let your back melt down as you hold this stretch. Relax this side. And now take it over to the other side. Ankle comes over. Once you have that, you can lift the leg wherever it works for you. There's soften the breath. Shoulders relax down. Tailbone relaxes down. Try to keep your hips down. Feet relax down here. Happy baby. Knees are coming in towards your armpits. Bottoms of the feet go towards the ceiling. Little side to side rocking if it feels good. We are taking our toes up to the ceiling here. Take your toes up. Little bit of an inversion. I want you to point your toes to the ceiling. And now spread your toes apart as far apart as you can. Try to get space between all your toes. Maybe you move your big toe forward and backward. Try to stretch your toes out the best you can. Relax your feet, add ankle circles. Ankle circles one direction. Ankle circles in the other direction. Point your toes. Pull your toes down, a little extra stretch right there. One more time, point your toes. Pull your toes down. Happy baby, one more time, knees are coming in. Any extra stretches you want to do before Shavasana, feel free to take any other stretches. If you feel tight someplace, go ahead, release it. We are getting ready to take it all the way into Shavasana. That would be feet coming down to the corners of your mat. Keep in mind, if that bothers your back, keep your legs bent. Toes would reach out to the corners of the mat. Arms are by your side, preferably palms up so your shoulders relax down unless it bothers your shoulders. Then you're going to adjust that. Back of the head, rest on the mat. You can always take a soft pillow or a towel under your head if that feels better. Blow your breath all the way out. Big exhale. Do that one more time as you exhale. Release all that tension. Blow it all out. Allow your body to get really heavy, heavy, heavy into the mat. You're going to let your body sink and release. With each exhale, soften your body a little bit more. Feel your toes and fingers relax. Feel your hips and shoulders melt into your mat. Feel your forehead, your eyes, your jaw relax. Gently add some movement in your fingers and your toes. Deepen your breath. Fingertips reach overhead, toes reach away. Give yourself a long stretch. Knees come into your chest. Bring yourself onto your side. Reconnect with your breath. Start bringing yourself up into a seated position. I am going to use my block. You take it wherever it's comfortable for you. Hands, heart center. With an inhale, reach all the way up. Hands, heart center. Namaste.